Hey guys, once again this is a rare time that you're actually getting a video from me. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Air album, Voyage dans la Lune. Air is a French band and they've been releasing albums ever since the beginning of the mid-90s. A lot of people have a really hard time describing what type of genre Air could be put in. It's kind of electronic, I guess you can say, with a light influence on like some soft rock elements, I guess. But no matter what you call it, it's still some really good music. Air plays the type of music that you would think they would play based on their band name. Very slow, very soothing, very quiet music. But they're one of the few bands out there that play that type of music that actually can keep it interesting and not boring. I don't know how they do it, they just have this magic formula about them. But this new album, Voyage dans la Lune, Air goes down the road again of doing a soundtrack. Le Voyage dans la Lune was actually a movie that was made in France in 1902. It was the very first silent film that dealt with sci-fi themes. It was also one of the very first films to actually use special effects. To us, they wouldn't look like anything special, but for the time, it would have been something really mind-blowing for everybody. There's like this meeting of astronomers, and they're all planning a trip to go to the moon. And apparently, as they're flying up there, these planets with like faces start to appear. It's really trippy. I can't really explain to you fully about what this movie's about, but the point is they like meet these 7 stars or something like that, and they end up befriending them or something really weird. If any of y'all out there watching this know what this movie's about, and feel free to fill me in on this. I haven't really done a whole lot of research on the film. But anyway, the movie was just now recently remade. They added color, and they got Air to compose the film, which is what this album is the composition to this remake of this old 1902 movie. Now that being said, let me start this off by saying that this album is filled with instrumentals. There's maybe like 2 or 3 songs out of the entire album that has vocals on it. In a way, that's not fully a bad thing, because Air's instrumentals are actually some of their best work. Take the very first single of this album, Parade. And when I first heard it, I thought this was a different side of Air, and I wasn't really sure if I liked it or not, but now it's actually my favorite track on the whole album. The album consists of only 11 songs. It's only 30 minutes long. You should seriously go try and listen to it, because seriously, you're not going to be wasting that much of your time on it. It's very, very short. It goes by really fast. But I gotta say, I really enjoyed the whole thing. Not as much as I enjoyed Love 2, but I think that this is still a really strong release from Air. The very first song, Astronomic Club, kind of sets up the mood of the album in a way. It's kind of spacey and very electronic, and a few really creepy kind of notes in there with like a backing chorus. It's kind of a haunting sound, but I really like it. My second favorite song of this album is 7 Stars, which is actually the second track, and it's one of the only songs that actually has vocals in it. It's very different sounding than all other Air songs. They actually took a different approach with this one. They're actually, like, the beginning chords are really, really in the minor key, and like, I think the piano is kind of like detuned a little bit. But then it has this really pretty repeating piano melody in it, and then you have Air's signature vocals on it. No other lead singer sounds like that guy. Retour sur Terre is a little instrumental piece for the third part. It's only 30 seconds long. It's just an intro track for Parade. Parade is actually one of the most easily accessible songs on this album, I think. Actually, of the entire Air discography, I would say Parade is a very accessible song. It's actually really fast, too. It's very uncommon for Air's type of music. Kind of like Be a Bee on Love 2. It kind of has that really up-tempo and actually introduces a few electric guitars, and it's a really different sound for them, and also mixing up with a little bit of the electronics in it. Sonic Armada is probably my third favorite song on the album. It's 5 minutes long, and it's just this crazy, crazy electronic jam. Electronics just going everywhere, they just killing these synthesizers. The keyboard parts are just insane for this, and it has this really cool hook melody going out throughout the song, and it's really, really, it's a good hook. It gets stuck in your head. The track Who Am I Now actually has a female vocalist on it, and it doesn't say who it is. It actually reminds me of something that I would write, because the vocal melody actually matches the guitar melody. The song Cosmic Trip actually sounds how the title makes it to sound. Like, if you closed your eyes, you can picture these stars just going by you like you were in a spaceship looking out the windshield. It's just perfect for what it's called. So all in all, as you can tell, I really enjoyed this thing. It's actually a great trip the whole way through. If you've never heard of Air before, this might not be a great album to start out on. If you're a beginner listening to Air, I would recommend maybe either Moon Safari or Love To, if you're a beginning Air listener. Heck, even Pocket Symphony would be a good place to start. Air is no stranger to doing soundtracks. Air actually did the soundtrack to the 1999 movie The Virgin Suicides, and this album kind of has a whole lot of the same features that Virgin Suicides had. Since it is a soundtrack, that's why there's so many instrumentals on the thing. It's like how Virgin Suicides was, where they had Playground Love, which is their main theme for the movie, and then all the other songs were just backing for the action on the screen, which I'm sure is the same thing that's going on in this album right here. Like I said, I don't care really to see the movie. It might be kind of cool because I would like to see the movie along with Air's composition behind it, like the remake, just to see if it makes the album, like, give a better story or not. There's actually a special edition of this album that comes with a DVD of the 15-minute movie. So, I'll see if I can find it when the album gets a little bit more out there. It just now recently came out on the 7th, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for listening. I'll link a few of my favorite songs from here, and maybe a few from some other Air albums for you to check out. And I'll be back with another review. There's one more that I want to talk to you guys about, so I'll see you guys later.